All right, I think that this also has audio now. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but hopefully everybody's hearing me. Yes, yes. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. You're welcome. It's been a different kind. Oh, good. Audio's good. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, it's been a weird week. So this is our first really nice weather-wise week. It was in the 60s and 70s all week. Fahrenheit. I don't know what I know. Most people here aren't even Fahrenheit people, but whatever. I mean, really nice t-shirt weather, if you will. And so I think I mentioned last Sunday that I was going to take a lot of the that I was going to try to take the whole week off and work out in our yard, which was just a shameful garbage heap. And it's not as good as I'd like. I didn't get as much done as I'd like, but we don't have to abandon all hope for the summer. So it's funny. I don't know why I didn't think through it. So anybody who's been around for a long time knows, like I did a comic for every like 6 days a week for over a year. And I haven't been able to since I had COVID because I'm just so exhausted and like I sleep 4 more hours a night than I ever used to. And it's been really rough. I don't know why it didn't occur to me that that would also translate to not having as much work outside doing manual labor stamina. But holy cat biscuits, I would work outside and get just whooped. I mean, sweaty and gross and sore and all that stuff. So I didn't get as much done as I wanted, but I did get quite a bit done. Uh, Hopefully everybody is. I put the poll up. I think I put a poll up. If spring has sprung wherever you are, and oh, is there an audio lag? Yeah. So okay, 2 seconds is long though. Holy cow! Wow, that is a long time. I mean, I can probably switch it. Let's see if this works. Audio input. Boom. There. That probably fixed. Did that fix the audio thing? Is it better now? Here's the deal. In order to pipe the audio through OBS, I need to set up like a loopback virtual device and Pulse Audio, and and that messes it all up apparently. So there's lag. I even did the low lag audio thing, but oh well, it is what it is. It was easy enough to switch. So yeah, my lips hopefully work now. But in sync. Yeah. Yeah, I often get confused for Justin Timberlake. That is not true. Not even a little bit. Uh but anywho, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, also I should mention early in the live stream that I did not take my ADHD medicine for the afternoon. So this is unmedicated Sean that you're getting. We were not in town. Oh, I should mute that. Sorry. We were not in town, and so we were watching my niece, who was in a choir, and so we were not in town at the time I could take my medicine. So no medicine, but yes, comic stuff. So yeah, I haven't been able to do my comic, and so I don't know why I didn't think that would translate to getting exhausted quickly, but I did. I got super exhausted super quick, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted, but I got enough done that I don't think the yard will get away from us this year. I still got a couple loads of like sticks and stuff to pick up, but it was bad, and it's much better now. So anyway, there's that. Now, gosh, what is happening? So working outside, I did have a lot of time to think, which is always dangerous. But I mentioned probably last Sunday that I'm working on. Maybe I didn't mention it on Sunday. I don't know. Working on actually a couple books, and I'm not going to pitch at least these books to a traditional publisher. I'm going to go try and do the process of self-publishing, not because like, oh, I don't think I'd ever get accepted by a publisher, but I don't really want to go through all that. And the publishing industry is weird right now. Like even established authors. I mean, the reason to go with a publishing place is for credibility and for marketing purposes, and they don't have the money to send even fairly well-known authors out on like book tours and stuff, and so they get a huge percentage of stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do these first couple as self-published. Oh, Kickstarter. I don't even think I'll have to do that. I think I'm just gonna be able to publish them, but I don't know if anybody has done self-publishing. It feels like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't know. Years are blending together for me though. It used to feel like if you didn't write well enough to get accepted by a publisher, then you self-publish. But I feel like that has changed now. A friend of mine who's established, an established author with multiple books and stuff is looking at self-publishing his next few books, and I'm gonna do that too. I don't have a huge audience, but it'll be good practice, I think, at least to get some books written and out. Because my whole life I've been talking about, I got to write a book, and I did so much writing for Linux Journal that it's not like I can't write, but I just want to do that. So, I did mention the books. Okay, if I publish myself, would it be an ebook only? Oh no, you can get hard copies. So that's the thing too. Yeah, there would be. I haven't decided if it's going to be hardcover and paperback or just paperback. The problem is printing books is fairly spendy, and hardbacks are even more spendy. And I'm not sure that the type of books that I want to write lend themselves to hardback or hardcovers. But yeah, I can tell you guys so there's 3 books I'm currently actively working on. I have a book of comics, which I didn't realize just how many comics I have. I did 6 days a week for well over a year, so I have like close to 300 over 300 comics. Anyway, I did lay out a book, just like my first, My Big Round World book. I think I'm going to name it My Big Round World in this tiny square book, because the book layout I used is square, so I thought that was so incredibly clever. And then I don't know if I'm going to do an ebook of the comic. I don't know. I haven't decided that, but definitely print book of that. And then the second book would be, or maybe the first book, I don't know which one I get done. That's the one that I talked about before, was a combination of a bunch of columns that I wrote at Linux Journal, put together in sort of a open source classroom book. And then the other book, it's not out yet, so I know that nobody has heard of it. Or hasn't heard it yet, but on Friday I recorded an episode of the Ben Chaz Shirt podcast with Ben and Danielle, and we talked about bread. And the reason we talked about bread is during the pandemic. I don't know if I've talked about this before. Stop me if I've told this story and y'all don't want to hear it. But during the pandemic, I pitched a book to a tech publisher actually about writing a bread making book and all the nerdy details behind it, and they liked the idea, so they asked me to do chapter summaries, and so I did all the chapter summaries for all 26 chapters and turned it in. And then the pandemic was in full force, and there was like just a glut of bread books out, so they decided against it. But I still have all this like almost fully fleshed out novel, or not novel, but book about bread, and so I actually might write it, even though does the world need more books about bread? Not really, but it would be fun for me to write it, and so I might do that as well. I've been looking about self-publishing, and I'll pop this up. Yeah, so Leanpub, I've looked at so many. My friend is a big fan of Lulu for self-publishing. I have been looking at a combination of multiple things. This is Nigel. If you haven't seen Nigel, hey buddy. Using Ingram Spark allows you to get your books into actual brick and mortar bookstores, like where my wife works. So I do have a little bit of motivation to want to be able to have a book in a bookstore. But then Amazon, the Kindle Direct Publishing or whatever, is the best way to sell on Amazon. And of course, that's where so many books are sold. If I want to actually sell books, it's foolish not to have them there. But also, nobody really likes Amazon, myself included. So I don't want to just put stuff on Amazon. So anyway, I've been going through stuff, and boy, is there stuff to learn about the publishing industry. If you go with a company like any of the like print-on-demand self-publishing things, they will give you free ISBNs, like the numbers on the back of a book. But but then they're listed as the publisher. And you can buy your own ISBNs and come up with the name of your own publishing company and or imprints, and it looks a little bit more professional, and it's not labeled like, Kindle Direct Publishing or whatever. So anyway, LeanPub platform allows the author to publish in real time. Yeah, and most of the others do. I mean, some charge for it, like Ingram Spark. You can do updates, but it's $25 a pop. With Kindle Direct Publishing, it's free. You can update your book as long as it's not a major change that would require a new release. And a lot of them, yeah. And that's the thing, yeah. No, I mean, my wife works for an independent bookstore, so the thought of selling on Amazon, just makes my stomach hurt. But also, I'm going to sleep better at night knowing that I will be selling on Amazon, but also on other platforms. And so that's the goal. And I'll be buying my own ISBNs. And it'll be like Nerdling Press is going to be the name of the imprint that I put some of my books under, and haven't really fleshed out the name for the comic one. I'm thinking of Flickering Pixel Press because that sounds clever to me. But anyway, your wife used Kindle. Okay, so yeah, and ebooks. I haven't even dove much into ebooks, except I guess they are still like such a huge market. Like Amazon sells more ebooks than physical books, which blows my mind. But nonetheless, that's kind of where I've been going. The comic. Oh, I think Shane, this is because I did start to talk about it. The comic book is all laid out. It's going to be like 124 pages, and it includes like, oh gosh, I don't even remember, like 280-ish of the comics and stuff. And I tried to lay it out. I was going to try to be clever and like artistic in all of them, but I think it's mainly just going to be the comic strips, just page after page after page with, and just to try to get it out. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Yes, Mason, that is a cat. That's Nigel. This is his full official name. He's a full breed or whatever Maine Coon. He's registered and everything, and his full name is Sir Nigel Murray. But the funny thing about Nigel, and I don't know if you can see, like, do you see this stuff right here? This is where we had to shave him because he's kind of a slob. And he doesn't clean himself. We actually took him to the vet because he kept getting matted. And we're like, what are we doing wrong? And the vet's like, yeah, he's a slob and he just doesn't clean himself well. And so we have to periodically just shave large portions of him because he doesn't take care of himself. But he is adorable, even if he's off camera a little bit. He's a majestic beast. He probably weighs, I don't know, 25 pounds. He's oh, and see, there's some more mats right here. We're gonna have to shave off. Anyway, he's a friendly cat. The funny thing is, we have two of the Maine Coons. His brother Larry is a little bit smaller. I mean, still an enormous cat because they're Maine Coons, but his brother Larry is a little bit smaller, and he is by far the braver of the two. Larry, the other one. Nigel looks majestic and powerful and like, oh my goodness. And his paws are so huge and his claws are like, you're like, my goodness. But he's also the biggest scaredy cat ever. If I were to like clear my throat loud, he would freak out and go wide-eyed and run away. So yeah, they're cool. He's a neat cat though. I do like Maine Coon cats. Normally they're not quite this close. Normally they like to be in the room with you, but they're not like super snuggly cats. So it's a little bit strange that he's here, but I'm not complaining because he's cool. Yeah. He is massive. Yeah. I don't know, Scott, I don't know if this was inside knowledge about Maine Coons. Maine Coon cats generally don't dislike water. It's a weird fluke about their breed. They generally don't mind it at all. Our cats, we haven't really found need to give them a bath. Just shave off their mats, but they don't mind the water at all. Like we get out of the shower and they'll like walk in the shower just to hang out and stuff. And yeah, they're pretty cool though. He has a bad habit of when he wants attention, he will put his paw on you and have his claws poke out just enough to let you know that he could eviscerate you, but he's not gonna, as long as you pet him. So anyway, yeah. So that's Nigel, and that's really what's going on. So I've decided. I mean, it's raining right now, and then it's going to be pretty cold this week. We're actually expecting snow tomorrow and Tuesday again, even though it was so warm this past week. We're expecting rain and then some snow. This snow's not going to stick, but it's going to be in the lower 40s for the rest of the week. So my outside time is halted for a while, which means I'll get back to business, right? I took time off work. Supposedly, I still ended up checking on things every day to make sure everything was going well. But I didn't do any videos. I think I did one brief YouTube short, just saying, "Hey, I'm still alive. Hi." I put it on my alternate channel or something. But that's all that's going on, really. And yeah, I got nothing. If anybody wants to know anything or has Linux questions or whatever, I'm happy to answer. But I didn't let myself do a big plan today because I knew that I'd taken the week off. So I considered not live streaming today, but I actually really like live streaming. So I wanted to say hi to everybody, if nothing else. So I guess I'm officially off of vacation now. Back to work. Yeah. I should do a video of the backyard, all the work that I did, but now, so if I did a video now, you'd be like, wow, you're right, Sean. The backyard sure does look kind of trashy, but you would be seeing it after a week of detrashing it. So, yeah, I thought about doing some like before and after, but the before was so mortifying that I just didn't. So you just have to imagine it, and it's probably worse than you're imagining. Yeah, just an hour of geeking out is fun. And geeking out. So yeah, the books are the big thing that I've been pondering and looking into the industry. Like you have to, like I said, you don't have to buy your own ISBNs, but that's the deal too. So if you buy your own ISBN and you can use your own imprint name and stuff, then you can do things like sell paperback books on Amazon and also sell the same paperback book with the same ISBN on another platform like Ingram Spark so that bookstores and stuff can order it. If, however, you use an ISBN, a free ISBN that one of those print-on-demand companies, either Amazon or Ingram Spark or Lulu or all of them, they'll give you free ISBNs, but then you can't use that ISBN number on a different platform because they are the holder of the ISBN as the publisher. They don't have more rights to your book, but you can't use that ISBN elsewhere. So if you buy your own, you can print on multiple places because then it's just who's printing your book. It's not who published it. You published it yourself. And so that's what I'm going to do. And you go, it's different in every country, but it's a company called Bowker.com here in the US, and you buy ISBN, either an individual or it's ridiculously expensive to do it that way. Generally you do like a pack of 10 ISBNs and they never expire, and then you just use them as you want. Not to put you on the spot. Let's see. Weekend assignments. So nobody has mentioned anything to me, Shane, honestly. I mean, I'm up for fun stuff like that. I mean, a live quiz. Sure. We could go over a quiz and then, go over it together or something. Maybe talk to me behind the scenes. And we'll figure something out. I haven't given up on the idea of weekend assignments, but, the past few weeks, especially, last week was Easter, and then I took this week off. I kind of didn't have a great set of material to go from because of the last few weeks. Generally, when I do a weekend assignment, I base it off of something that we learned together, that previous week. And since I didn't do any videos this week, and I had been so behind because of work being so tough that, yeah, it just hadn't lended itself to that. But yeah, live quiz, I don't even know how that would work. So we'll have to figure that out. That would be cool. I guess, even YouTube does live quizzes. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Shane, if you wouldn't mind, maybe on Discord we can flesh that out and figure out what it would look like, because yeah, that'd be fun. Hey Lewis, how's it going? It's going pretty well. Had a week off, and yeah, it's a little bit, I can't believe it's over. I can't believe it's been a whole week already. I didn't go anywhere or anything, but yeah, there was some nice weather though. I'm happy. All right, Shane, thank you. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Sunbathing at the beach today, huh, Lewis? Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess spring. I don't know that you have the same sort of non-spring that I do. So, yeah, I guess it can count. Your spring is sprung if you're on the beach. Although my daughter, I know, went to the beach earlier this week because again, it was in the for a few hours, a couple days, it was in the 80s, and I mean that's uncomfortably hot, even Fahrenheit. I mean Celsius, 85 degrees would be instant death, but even Fahrenheit, 85 is pretty hot. So yeah, I don't know what it right now. It is 62 degrees Fahrenheit again, and but it's raining or rainy at least. I don't know if it's currently raining, but yeah, our weather is cooling off this next week, and we're I don't know if you just joined, Lewis, but we're expecting snow. So 30 in Lisbon. All right. See, and I just wish I wish I had a quick in my brain way to do conversions. I'm guessing. So somebody said something like 30 or 31. So is that like 70s? Oh, now I gotta know. Now I gotta look it up. Let's see. 30 C2F. Google says, oh my goodness, that's hot. Yeah, okay. 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Yikers. Yeah, it touched about that warm for a couple hours, 2 days. And it was, I mean, it literally snowed 2 days earlier. So that is the drastic change, I think, is the worst. I don't know if it's a wives' tale out about like blood thickening in the winter, but man, that drastic change is rough. It's hard to go from snow and well below freezing to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew, that's just rough to go. Bum, 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 bum. Wow. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to this summer. I don't know if we're going to have a super hot summer. I mean, obviously you can't tell the future, but what are you doing, buddy? I don't know if you could hear that loud noise, but that was the cats. I'm not even sure what they're doing. Oh, here. Let me see if I can. Can we do this? Yeah. Everybody sees. Can you still hear me, right? I hope you hear me. All right, ready to look around the messy office. So, oh, yeah, look, Doritos. So Nigel is down here. I don't know what it is he was doing. Just chomping on plastic or something. And his brother Larry is right there. So Larry is a little bit smaller, but still pretty enormous. He probably weighs 18 or 20 pounds is my guess. And like I said, Nigel, 22 to 25 pounds. And they gain and lose weight as the year goes around. Sometimes they're chubbier than other times. Here, let me go back to my face. Anyway. Yeah, so I don't know if you heard that loud sound. It was really loud cracking. I think he was biting plastic that was in the box that the Tux droid came in. I think that's what the loud noise was. So sorry about that. It distracted me, that's for sure. Yeah, let's figure out the quiz thing. Scott, we'll have to talk about it in Discord to figure out how to make it work. Like, would they be released in advance and then like we go over the answers together during the live stream? We'll have to flesh that out and figure out what exactly that would look like. The Tetris sign. No, I have not seen it yet. Is it good? Because I read that it was a documentary or something. I don't know. Has anybody seen the Tetris movie? It's on my short list to see, but I haven't seen it yet. It was the Tetris sign was a Christmas gift, maybe? It was a gift, but I'm not sure what. It might have been a birthday gift. I don't know, but it was a gift. The Tetris movie is good. All right, I'll have to see it then. The Russian version. I haven't seen I have the movie to watch, but I haven't seen it yet. Has anybody seen the D&D movie? I guess that one is really super good. My kids are going to see it tonight. We're not going to. We're gonna babysit Baby Dragon while they go. But I guess it's like a super super good movie too. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I might not see it in the theaters, but we'll see. Maybe I will. Has anybody Okay, I guess this is a two-part question. If you read the book A Man Called Uva, and then if you had seen the movie A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks, I loved the book. The book was incredible, but I haven't seen the movie yet. I have the movie. I haven't seen it yet. But I think Tom Hanks will probably do a good job at the main character. And I understand why they changed the main character from Uva to Otto, because nobody here in the U.S. at least would know that it was Uva unless you were a really odd person who worries about pronouncing things. So, but yeah, it was a great book. I'm hoping that the movie's good, but I haven't seen that yet either. What other movies have I not seen? Let me look at my server real quick. I don't watch as much television as I used to. I don't think that's a bad thing, but what else is on my list? Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, I haven't seen the new Avatar movie yet either. Yeah, I guess that's really the only movies that I was thinking about. And yep, that's it. And the D&D movie's still in theater, so, that's not something I could watch at home yet. Good popcorn movie. All right, good. Good. Yeah, my daughter really likes it, but she also plays D&D all the time. So I don't, she's probably biased. But I do still want to see it. But they're going to go tonight. We're going to babysit, so I won't get to see it tonight. Oh, I'm trying to think anything else interesting and new. Is the new Avatar good? Before we watch the new Avatar, I'm probably going to have to rewatch the old one. I mean, I vaguely remember, like the tall blue people and like I think they hook their hair to their like things they fly around or something. Yes, D&D stands for Dungeons and Dragons. And Lewis, okay, you play Dungeons and Dragons too. Yeah, but the old Avatar, I have to watch that one before I watch the new one. I assume it's like a part 2 like a continuation, so probably have to do that. That happens to me with books too. For example, it's not super new, but there's I don't know if I have the books here. I'm here somewhere. I guess they're... Oh, doggone it. What is the name of it? It's like a lighter, like a something shade of magic. Shade of magic. Maybe that's it. We talk about books so much now that, no, that's not the right series that I'm thinking of. Something about light. Anyway, books, when they come out, when there's like a couple years between releases, I often have to go back and read the books again so that I know where in the storyline, because I just kind of forget about them all. So anyway, I liked Avatar better when it was called The Smurfs. Hey, Craig. Yeah. So I'm also a Smurfs fan. I mean, apparently it's just 80s cartoons, because like Garfield in the background there, Garfield and Odie. And I'm a huge Garfield fan. I have so much Garfield paraphernalia. I mean, on my bed, all of my pillowcases, I collect Garfield pillowcases. So I have all my pillows are always covered in Garfield. But Smurfs also. When I was young, I was a huge Smurfs fan. So yeah, I get that. D&D is also a trademark abbreviation. It is, yeah, D&D. And if you listen to the Bench Ash Shirt podcast, one of our first episodes was about the story behind D&D and where it came from. And well, that was not the cat that made that. Oh, hold on. Okay, I thought it was my air conditioner, like frozen, and like it was the sound of cracking ice. But no, it was Larry on top of the computer. There's a little pile of screws on top of the computer, and he's slowly pushing them off the edge so that they fall on the hard table. So that's what the noise was. Anyway, yeah, D&D and where it started, and it was like owned by these people, and then it was bought by it's not Wizards of Waverly Place, but whatever, Wizards of the Coast or something. And then that was purchased by Mattel or Hasbro. Hasbro? I don't even know. But anyway, it's all in that episode if you'd like to watch that. Remember they're glommed on that. Like I really did like Garfield that much, Craig. I'm going to be honest. I currently own every one of the books. In fact, I missed one. I didn't realize that the Fat Cat Volume 3 came out in December, and I had missed it. So I got Volume 23 like just a couple days ago. And there are 2 more books, but there's not another one to make the next Fat Cat 3. I don't know how long they're going to do it. Jim Davis is still writing for the comic. He hasn't drawn since the mid-90s. I mean, the daily comic. He hasn't actually drawn the daily comic, but I guess he's still writing for the scripts for them. And I don't know how long he's going to do that. He's in his, gosh, how old is he now? Is he maybe 80 something? Maybe 79? Here, I'm curious now. How old is Jim Davis? He is, 71. He's not that bad then. Okay. Maybe we still have some. Oh no, that's a different Jim Davis. Because this one says he died, and he did not die. Well, my goodness. Well, now I'm worried. How old is Jim Davis? 77. Okay. I mean, 6 years older than that. So anyway, yeah, as far as I know, he is still doing the scripts for the Daily Comic. But he sold his company to Nickelodeon, and so they have the rights to Garfield, and it's gotten a little bit weird online. But that's down a whole nother rabbit trail as well. But yeah, I like them. Wizards of the Coast. That's what it is. And Hasbro. Okay, thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. You want to know about the bouncy pixels? All right. So to the left of Tux, this is, there's a ESP8266 board, little microcontroller. I think they're Arduino. They're considered Arduino, the tiny ones, like $5 each. And it is running WLED, the open source program for controlling light strips. And it is just a meter tall. Here, I think you can see the whole thing if I do this. Maybe not. But it's a meter long light strip of the ones that are really, really close together. So it's a meter long, but I think there's 144 actual lights, LED lights in there. And WLED is an open source free thing. You just install it on the ESP8266 and it will power and control a light strip like that. And it's really powerful. It'll do a whole bunch of stuff, and you can do long strips and do power injection. But this one, if you stick to like 150 LEDs or fewer, you can actually power it through the micro USB port that that powers the ESP8266. Now, I did burn one out when I was trying more and pumped too much current through it, and it burned up the ESP8266. But if you keep it to, I think it's like 850 milliamps and the WLED software defaults to that, to limiting it to 850 milliamps. You can power it right through the USB. So it's literally, I didn't even solder anything. They're just little jumper things hooked up to the lights onto the board behind the little fish guy over there. And it's just sitting there in bounce mode, and it's a programmable thing. That's one of its features, though, is to do that thing. It's actually pretty cool. I really do like the project, and it integrates also with Home Assistant, so you can control it and you can do automations with it. So, like when I turn off all the lights in my room or in my office here, which I will demonstrate, it's just connected along with everything else. And it will shut off. Oh, except this green guy next to me, he's not connected. There's apparently, I haven't figured out how to directly interact with this light next to me. Although I did set up a script at one point where I could, but yeah, it's just tougher to deal with it than just leave it on all the time. That is the controller for the other light strips in my office. It's a MyLight hub, but that's another long story. So I won't necessarily go there. But anyway, yeah, that's the story with the bouncing light. The fish and the Tux are still kind of wonky. I haven't had any time to play with that. And because I took the week off, I haven't really even been in my office much. But I guess that's it. There's really nothing else to catch up on. I haven't done anything, so I don't really have much to tell everybody. I mean, I could talk about like the blisters on my hands and how I'm bleeding all over my arms, and I have scratches because part of the backyard was these horribly thorny vines that were growing everywhere, and trying to cut them down and then drag them out. Oh my goodness, I got cut up pretty bad. I came in one day and it just looked like I was in a murder scene in a movie because my arms were literally like dripping blood. It was pretty gross. But those are all gone now. They're actually stacked up in the back of my truck, the last load of them, and I'll take them out to my farm and put them in a pile so we can have a bonfire out there. Not now, because right now we're under a warning for fire danger, but since it's going to be raining and snowing for the next few days, I expect that our fire danger will go away. Oh, Scott, you got the home assistant working on the potato. Cool. This week, setting up the house again. Nice, 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 nice. That's awesome. Yeah, the locks are confusing. They can, not confusing, but the locks can be frustrating. You have to make sure that you pair them with security mode on, honestly, obviously. But pairing them can make it weird. And then depending on the lock and depending on how you set it up, you may have limited control. Like you might be able to lock it and unlock it, but then unless you add a third party addition, you might not be able to like program new codes with Home Assistant. And I didn't bother. There's a code on there and we haven't changed our code in years, which is fine. But we can lock it and unlock it with automation. So basically what we do with our locks is I have a door sensor, and so when the door closes, after 1 minute, it also locks the deadbolt, and that's just a really nice automation. But if the door is open and the door sensor senses the door is open, like in the summertime, if we don't close the big door during the day, it won't lock. It won't trigger the lock, so like the deadbolt is sticking out in the air. It'll only do the automation when the door is shut. So it's been a really nice automation, and it's nice that our door is always locked. I don't know why. It's really nice. You don't have to worry about like, oh, did we lock the doors? Well, if the door's shut, it'll lock itself in a minute. So anyway, I have not used the flamethrower for anything other than posing for that picture that is on my Wikipedia page. That's about it. No, I haven't. Although someday probably we'll start that bonfire at the farm with it. Maybe it seems to be the only practical use for it. You have the schlag locks. You can set them from the door. Yeah, and I can set mine. I have quick set doors, and they use Z-Wave to connect to the home automation. You have to be careful too that you don't have it connected with something like Amazon Echo, where you could have somebody from the outside holler, like, Alexa, unlock the doors, and like, a criminal could get into your house by doing that. I did set that up once like that and realized the error of my ways. Hi, Mason Peters. Good to see you. So yeah, you just have to be careful with the locks, but I like to make automations that lock it, but not make automations that ever unlock it. Like I want to have to type in the code to unlock it or manually go and unlock it. But I'm confident with automations that automatically lock the door. That feels much safer than having an automated way to unlock it. Oh no, I'm so sorry. So it's funny. It's safe for me to say that name because we do have them. I don't have one in my office anymore. We don't use them as much anymore. But ours responded to the word Echo, because not that name, which I won't say to mess up your house. But they're all named Echo, and so that's the trigger word. I tried for a while to leave it at computer, because they added that a few years back where the trigger word could be computer, and it was all Star Trek based. The problem is, if you watch television or movies anywhere near one of those devices and your trigger word is computer, throughout the entire thing, it's constantly, trying to listen for what it says, because apparently in television and movies, people say computer a lot. And I only say that because, oh my goodness, we'd constantly be watching and it would just boom, boom. Yeah. So anywho, ours can only be used to lock, no voice for unlock. Huh. All right, Shane, I'm so sorry, but I got to try this. Alexa, who is Sean Powers? Now, the reason I say that is because sometimes Alexa will find my Wikipedia page and sometimes not at all. And I don't know the rhyme or reason for what causes that. So Shane, let me know if if it told you about me, or if it's like, I don't know. Hey Dingus, what I've heard the other host use instead of wake word. Oh yeah, that's a good call. Oh, so the Hey Dingus thing, was it specifically Jimmy Kimmel? I seem to remember Jimmy Kimmel saying Hey Dingus. Maybe not. But yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't know why they didn't ever make it so you could change it to whatever. It seems pretty simple. I mean, it understands language pretty well. Why couldn't you just set it to whatever? But no, I never did. Even the one that starts with G, you can't change the wake word there. It came up with an author from how old? Wow, that's weird. Craig Maloney, back to work. No. Now, back. Mary, back to work. Wait, what are we talking about? What did I miss here? I feel like I missed something with Craig. Because I know that you have recently retired because not working is specifically a challenge for you. Anyway, I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else to talk about. Maybe if I actually do stuff tech related during the week and prepare for the live stream, it'll be fun. The show is back to work. Oh, okay. For some reason, I went right to like late night shows, but okay. I don't know why I was thinking when you said hosts, I was thinking like a late night show like Jimmy Kimmel or Seth Meyers or whatever. You have very much retired. Are you enjoying it? So for those who don't know, Craig's a friend of mine. Actually, I'm not going to reveal too much about him. It's his life, but we live in the same state. I think that's as specific as I can get. And I know that he had recently retired, but as somebody who's I don't know if I'm younger, maybe a little younger, it'd be difficult. So I got to think that was probably a challenge, but hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully it's been a good transition. You wouldn't tell me to go back to work. I'm not the boss of you. Well, I mean, yeah, stage 4 cancer. Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's not a great reason to retire. But hopefully you're continuing to do well. I mean, you always say things are going okay, but I don't know how much you push it down like a winner. That's what I do. And people ask me how I'm doing if I'm not doing well, but so far so good. All right. I'll just believe you. Keep thinking warm thoughts in your direction and stuff. Craig is also part of the Mug group, which is like a Linux users group, but I think they named it Mug just to make it more challenging for me to explain that it's sort of a Linux users group, but also not. He's one of the people on the board when I spoke the other day. If anybody, I think I tweeted and stuff that I was going to be giving a presentation. It was at that Mug meeting, and Craig's part of that as well. All right. I appreciate that. And yeah, so I guess that's it. Oh, and yeah, so maybe you are the boss of me, Craig, because on my quote unquote week off, I did do a presentation for Mug. And, I mean, you couldn't smell me, but I had been outside working. So, be grateful that it wasn't in person. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's almost 5 years ago. Oh God. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you had to recertify for that. So that's interesting. But oh, the video. I mean, no pressure. I think the live thing was live, right? I mean, do you guys delete or make private the live streams after they're over? Because I think I linked to it somewhere. Maybe I didn't. I'd link to it somewhere. No. Yeah, Mug meeting. Now I'm curious. I'm going to click on it and see. The video's unavailable. All right, sure enough. Yeah. Yep. Oh, and I lost the other page. So, yeah. Nobody can watch it now. I might as well just erase that link because it's a lie. It was live. We make the live stream private. Yeah, for a little while after it wasn't. Because I know only because it did make that, you're the one that responded in the Discord. So, yeah, so at least for a little while it was public. But anywho, it is what it is. So when it comes back, I'll try to post it. I'll post another link to the live one. Oh, the meeting stuff. All right, yeah. Yeah, if you can edit out all the times that I sounded dumb, that would be good. And then it would probably fit as a YouTube short. It's funny. Everybody I've talked to about presenting at Mug, I say, yeah, they expect 60 to 90 minutes of presentation. Everybody's like, whoa. But I'll be honest. Every time I'm like, oh, it's so long, but it does go pretty quick. And it's pretty laid back. So talking for that long doesn't necessarily, isn't really a burden, because a lot of it is just chit chat. Like for the first 20 minutes, I think we talked about, gosh, what do we even talk about? I don't even know if we were live streaming at that point, but it was just chit chat about, I think I talked about the bouncy light thing in my background for a little while. So yeah, there are times I asked, I think I specifically asked the first time, like how long, and I've been told multiple times between 60 and 90 minutes is the presentation length that people aim for. So anyway, oh, Lewis, all right. Have a good evening. I know it's much later over there, so have a good evening. And we'll see you this week maybe, because I'm back. Because Craig told me I have to go back to work. Wait, who said is this live? I don't know this person. Hello, new person. Yes, this is live. This is, boy, if somebody edited this video and this was the end result after edit, this would be so sad. Yes, it's definitely live. We are definitely live here. Although, if somebody's watching this later and they think that was a comment, whoa, I just had like an inception moment in my head. So, it is live as of April 16th, Sunday evening. If you're watching it later than that, it's probably not live. Sean, on a prison for position watching network, Chuck got directed to my channel. Oh, introduced to Linux. Well, welcome. No experience with IT, but found my calling. Sweet. I signed up on Hack the Box to learn bug bounty course. Is there anything specific I should try to get as far as certifications are concerned? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Is there anything you should try to get as far as certifications go? So if you're new to IT, things like A+, like CompTIA A+, is a pretty well-rounded, just okay, great. Restream.io. It's a weird like pat on our back. I hold up today's newspaper, so it's fair. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's live as of right now. I promise. But A+ is good because it doesn't just cover like Windows or Linux. It's a good just IT course. Network Plus is pretty good for networking. Linux Plus, if you like Linux, if Linux Plus is too much, I even have a full complete Linux Essentials course. I encourage you to look at that. It's on my YouTube channel for free. Other than that, those are some good introductory courses. What I like about those courses are they will kind of show you the kinds of stuff that appeal to you, and so then you can kind of specialize more if you want to from there. But things like that, CompTIA, they're courses, I like them. They're pretty broad, and they introduce you to a lot of stuff, kind of like when you go to college and like the first year or two you like take up a whole bunch of classes, and most people change their major because they're like, it turns out I actually don't want to do electrical engineering. My real calling is underwater basket weaving. Same sort of thing. I think when you take a bunch of wide-ranging IT cert courses, even if you don't take the exams, just so you get a feel for what's fun and what's not fun. Yeah, the Linux Essentials, if specifically for Linux, that's a good entry point. Oh, you watched Linux Essentials yesterday. Cool. Yeah, if you liked that, then you can start with our Linux Plus course that we're doing. It's going kind of slow, but there's a bunch of videos in it already, and I hope to get them done sooner than later. Yeah, the proof of life thing, I mean, I could be AI. I mean, you don't know. Look at my hair. That's not a natural color. Have you seen my hands? Because we all know that AI cannot draw hands. So, I mean, if I held my hands up and there were like extra weird fingers going sideways or something, but no, it's just me. Just boring old human me. Oh man, this went sideways. No need to leave me alone, man. And today, we didn't have any agenda. It was just, I took this past week off, and we didn't have anything to go over. So it's literally just been an hour of just nerds talking. So yeah, you didn't interrupt anything. Brought us back on track. So Linux Essentials page. Yeah, they do. And yeah, that's good to know. I didn't realize the thing about the book. I'm not one who necessarily learns from books or from videos. I generally look at the objectives and then figure it out. But I kind of try to make my videos like that too, like just sit down and figure out the objectives together. So yeah, if you liked the way I did the Linux Essentials course, that's pretty much just how I do all the things. So yeah, follow along and we'll learn more stuff. Hold on, I'm going to cough now. It's funny, about this far into a live stream, my body reminds me that I don't normally do well talking for an hour straight. Oh, you want to know the story of my hair? All right, well, hey. Hold on here, Michael Myers. Here's HTTPS. Hopefully this link comes through. There, I wrote about it. That's why my hair is green. And actually, I'm growing it out. It's not going to be green for much longer. So I'm guessing in about another month, the green will be gone. And the only reason it's going to be gone is because my daughter is getting married this fall. And as I walk her down the aisle, the focus needs to be on her and not the weird guy with the green hair. So I will have regular, plain, boring hair. And possibly after the wedding, I will dye it again because I really have enjoyed having green hair. Even though the reason that I dyed it wasn't all that pleasant, I've really enjoyed having green hair. So we'll see. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Santiago, posting the link in the Discord. And yeah, Michael, if you're not in the Discord, it's here. I'll just post a link to SeanPowers.com. So if you go there, there's links to everything, like the Discord and all the things. It should be just a page with a bunch of links in it. And the Discord is where people smarter than me generally talk about the kind of stuff that I talk about too. So anywho, yeah, thanks. Congrats. This is my second daughter to be married. My eldest, who's married, 3 years ago. Yeah, this was her third anniversary. She was actually married on Leap Day in 2020, so it's kind of cool. Next year is the first time they'll have an anniversary on their actual anniversary day. But yeah, she got married on the 29th of February in 2020, and recently had our first grandchild. So our first grandchild was 7 months old yesterday. So anyway, thanks, Michael. Welcome. Welcome to the group of nerdlings. We're odd but friendly, I think. So yeah, that's you got the story of my life pretty much. Actually, that's on my blog if you want to know my whole accident story. That was a weird side quest too. Everybody wants me to write a book about my car accident, and I don't know if I have enough material to write about that, honestly. Or who would really want to read that? We'll see. Maybe someday. Maybe I should write a journal and every night write about my car accident and then see if I end up with enough information to turn into a book. Yes, that way there'll always be newlyweds, and my son-in-law gets off the hook like if he forgets their anniversary at least 3/4 of the time. But boy, if he misses their anniversary like once every 4 years, boy, he's in a lot of trouble then because there's no hope for him if he misses that. But I think it'd be cool. Maybe they go on vacation every time they have an anniversary on the actual day. Every 4 years, that'd be fun, right? Like do something special when it's the actual day. I don't know. When they talked about when they were going to get married, I said, "Oh, you should get married on Leap Day. That'd be really cool." But then I didn't push it because I didn't want it to be like my idea, and they didn't do it because that's just what my dad wanted to do. So I put the seed, and then I just didn't say anything, and they chose a day, and I was like, yes, I'm so happy because it's just so nerdy and cool. Oh yeah, even then. Our group is built around the idea of being kind. I prefer Star Trek over Star Wars, but I got nothing wrong with Star Wars, folks. So yeah. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet, Mason. But we're not we're a fairly small group, so maybe it's going to be, like, it was the wrong Mason, man. What are you talking about? It wasn't me. It was the other Mason. I'm Mason number one. I'm Mason number one. So maybe that's going to be the what destroys us. Oh my goodness. Star Wars for the win. Yeah, I enjoy both. Babylon 5. So I know you're lying. Nobody loves Babylon 5. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I have not seen Babylon 5. When I say that, since my car accident, I mean, I'm a righteous nerd, right? I'm sure that I saw Babylon 5 when it was on the air, but I haven't seen it since my car accident. But all right. Oh yes, it's funny. I forgot Scott's eldest is Mason as well. All right. See you later, Scott. Babylon 5 is amazing. Yeah. All right. I haven't seen it all, so my full exposure to Babylon 5 is when on The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon doesn't care for it and Leonard does, or vice versa. So yeah, that's my.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Did I say Alexa? It's just funny that actually happened the same day we were talking about it. If I type in Discord, apparently yes, Santiago. Although it shows your Discord name. Go restream. So this was the question. On Discord, there's a channel, the YouTube live stream, and you can actually type there and have it appear everywhere as well. How cool is that? Okay, Craig, here's the other thing. I haven't even seen all of DS9, which I know is shameful because a lot of people think that DS9 is the best of the Star Treks, and I haven't even seen it all. I saw like the first season, and then I just haven't had a chance to. It's shameful. It's so shameful. Yeah. Oh, could you not paste a link the other place? Interesting. Way to hack the system, man. That's awesome. Yeah, because I saw that link. Did it show up in YouTube? It did. Ha! All right, that's a great way to hack the system, man. Perfect. If you want to paste a link, you can do it in Discord. The first season of DS9 is a little rough. That's good to know because everybody says it's so great, and I'm like, it's fine, but I don't know. It gets that's good to know. It gets better. I will have to push through it. Maybe sometime next winter when it's super cold and it's not like I go outside in the summer that much either, but I don't know. Maybe someday I will be able to watch it. I also haven't seen the rest of Picard. Did the last episode of Picard air yet? I've been purposefully waiting so I can binge the final season of Star Trek Picard. And I'm sure it's going to end well. I hope it lasts but one. Oh, so there's one left. All right. So after it's done, I plan to binge the whole third season because I haven't even seen one episode of the third season yet. So, and let's see, the other thing I didn't finish watching it. Maybe it's still going. Star Trek Discovery. It got weirdly dark for me. And I mean, not in a terrible way, but, I was just bummed at the direction it went. I guess that it got better. Like, I think we watched seasons 1 and 2, and then there was like shadow person and dark person and bad person and good person. It got so weird. So I didn't actually watch all of Star Trek Discovery either. Is Strange New Worlds like done? Like they only did one season, I guess, or of Strange New Worlds? Well, I mean, yeah, no, I've been doing a day job and then doing YouTube forever. So I haven't really been watching television much. I have a lot of TV to watch someday. What a burden. Oh, just the first season is done. Okay. Maybe I'll binge it. It probably ended on a cliffhanger. Although I did hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I know we're almost out of time. We got like 1 minute. So this will be the last thing I bore you guys with. The Strange New Worlds was more episodic, where like it wasn't just a full season arc. I mean, not that there wasn't an overarching story, but it was like going back to the old premise of like Star Trek The Next Generation and the original series and all of them, where every episode for the most part was a standalone story. Is that the case? I hope so. The other show that is shockingly good is Lower Decks. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did or do. Lower Decks is really, really good. I'm so surprised by how good it is. And then there's one more Star Trek where it's like the 3D CGI animated thing. We watched a couple episodes of that. Prodigy? I don't know if that's still going. I think it's Nickelodeon that's doing that one. Anyway, yeah, I might have to devote a whole live stream to Star Trek. I really am a Star Trek fan over Star Wars. I don't dislike Star Wars. I just love Star Trek so much. But now I'm going to go and we're going to go watch Dragon. Also, if you're new here, Dragon is what I call my granddaughter for who knows what reason. There is a reason. But I'm out of time, so I can't talk about it. But, oh yeah, the one with Janeway as a hologram. Yeah, it looked pretty good. Who knew that we needed Scooby-Doo Trek? Lord, I know, but I know I said I'm going to stop. I did not expect it to be good, but it's shockingly like well written and I really enjoy it. So anyway, on that note, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Learn everything, do what you love. And most importantly, as everybody has proven here, be kind. And I look forward to being back in the saddle, this being the saddle, where I do videos and stuff. And hopefully I'll see more of you online. So talk to everybody later. And it's the awesome part of the show where Sean tries to remember how to end it. And you'd think week after week, it'd be like, oh, it's just a shtick now. But every week I'm like, no, I click end, which I did. And I know there's always another step, but I never know where it's going to be. And there it is.